my darling viewers, it's Jen here at Check Her Joy, and this time I'm doing another Top 5 Wednesday. As always, the Goodreads group is in the description below if you want to check that out. And this week's topic is our favorite male-male romances. So these are romances with two guys in them. So there's going to be a light spoiler warning throughout this video as I'm talking about these characters, because the fact that these two end up together kind of is a spoiler in and of itself. So just fair warning, the complete list of books is in the description below if you want to check that out first so you're not spoiled by anything. But they are also kind of low-key spoilers. There's nothing major about the plots. I'm not going to completely ruin the experience for you. Hopefully. So the first couple I picked is Will Grayson and Tiny Cooper from Will Grayson by John Green and David Levithan. So in this book, we have two dual personalities, and both the people we're following are named Will Grayson. Like, there's two different teenage boys named Will Grayson living in this state. So the first Will Grayson is a straight guy, and he is best friends with Tiny Cooper, who is this flamboyant theater guy who just proudly owns the fact that he's gay, and it's awesome. The second Will Grayson that we meet is this loner who's very emo and off by himself, and he's gay, but he's not out of the closet yet. And he feels all this stress and everything. And it isn't until he meets the other Will Grayson and Tiny Cooper that he starts to talk about it and be okay with it, and he and Tiny Cooper start dating. Their relationship isn't the best, a short-lived romance, but it's kind of cute, and I love it. And it is something that I think, especially Will Grayson, needed Tiny so that he could own his sexuality and his identity. My second pick is Brady and Cheeks from Husbands by Brad Bell and Jane Epstein. I can't pronounce her name. So this is a graphic novel companion to a web series about two gay men who get drunk in Vegas and get married. And they're both celebrities, and it gets caught in all the tabloids that they've gotten married. And this is before marriage became legalized across the US. So it's kind of a big deal that there were two gay men getting married, and they're both celebrities. And so they can't just get an annulment or a divorce. So they got to stick it out for the cause, even if they don't think that they are perfect for each other. The longer they spend together, the more it's like, actually, they are kind of adorable together, and I love them. In this graphic novel, Brady and Cheeks and their drunken next-door neighbor end up getting pulled through this magical book that shoots them into these different stories, like fairy tale romance, or mystery story, or space aliens. And every story that they get into, to get out of that story, they need to find each other again. And it's adorable, especially since they don't really remember each other at the beginning. So they not only have to find each other, but they have to rediscover their love, and it's super cute, and I love it. It stands alone on its own without having seen the web series. So if you haven't seen it yet, you can totally just pick this up and read it, because it's adorable. So my third pick is Baz and Simon from Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. This one is about a magical wizarding school, and the chosen one, Simon, who has to defeat this evil mage. And his roommate is Baz, who is a vampire and who hates him. And they are always fighting, except Baz doesn't really hate Simon. Baz is actually in love with Simon. And it's adorable, and it's maybe not the most functional relationship, but it is so cute to watch these two. Like, I love the love-hate relationships where they, like, love each other but can't stand each other, and they're constantly fighting. I don't know why, but I super love that dynamic. And Baz and Simon definitely have that going. Plus, there's, like, magic and adventures in the school. Alright, so my number 2 pick is Aristotle and Dante from Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Eliare Sands. So this story follows two loners who don't have friends, and these two guys form this unlikely relationship, and they become best buds, and it's great because they build this really, really strong relationship first, and it's not immediately obvious that they're in love with each other. It kind of takes Aristotle, especially Aristotle, a long time and almost losing Dante before he realizes that I'm in love with this dude. And their entire relationship is so cute, and I love the fact that they're friends first, and then they fall in love, and it's adorable, and they don't just jump into it. Like, they're like, are you sure? Are we really going to do this? And then my number 1 pick is Monty and Percy from The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Lee Mackenzie. So this is a historical fiction novel. It focuses on Monty, who is this proper English gentleman. I don't remember what time period it is, but I want to say it's the 1800s, maybe, possibly. Monty is this rogue fellow who is constantly flirting and having adventures and being irresponsible, and he's hooking up with both guys and girls, and his dad has had enough of it. He is the only heir, and Monty needs to get his act together. He's an adult now. He needs to start taking responsibility in the family, in the family's estate, and being an adult, and growing up, and getting married to a respectable woman. And he sends Monty off on this one last-ditch grand tour of Europe where he can go get it all out of his system, and when he comes back, he's supposed to be mature. Only he sends Monty off with Percy, who is his best friend, and Monty is absolutely in love with Percy, but he can't tell him because he can't risk losing their friendship and the fact that Percy has never shown any interest in Monty that way. So we have this relationship where he is crazy in love with him, but at the same time, if Percy doesn't want him, he's gonna go have fun and have adventures still. So we see him flirting his way across Europe. But in the end, he and Percy kind of do hook up, and it's adorable when it finally happens. And Percy is such a straight and narrow kind of guy. He's also black, so he's still kind of an aristocrat, but because of his skin color, he's definitely less than Monty, and so he needs to keep this proper line, he needs to toe this proper line. He doesn't have any wiggle room to mess around with. And so it's fun to watch the craziness of Monty hooking up with the straight and narrow Percy. I love these opposite attracts kind of relationships. So those were my favorite male-male relationships in books. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree with me on any of these. Some of these relationships, they are not good for each other and they should not end up together, but watching them have their moments is still adorable, and I love them. I have previously read and reviewed all of these, so the links to those book reviews will be in the description below if you want to check that out. Peace out, I love you guys, and keep reading.